Hello, friends and family. I hope you are all doing well. Want to come on here and give you a quick update. It's October 2023, and time feels like it's flying by. Like my kids are busy with sports and school, and Eli in grade 12, he's looking into scholarships and universities and all that stuff. It's crazy. I feel old, but that's just life, and that's the way things are going. And things with Care Impact are also really busy, and I wanted to give you a little bit of some of the highlights of what we're doing and what's going on. So we've been meeting with church leaders and pastors across the nation, a few different places, mostly here in Winnipeg, having conversations about how we can better train and equip their people, and getting insights on how they like to see their people trained and equipped, especially with the areas that we carry as Care Impact. Just learning about what would serve their community, what kind of training, what could it look like, just that type of research, because we really want to serve the churches and the communities the best we can. So that's kind of what we're doing right now, getting that research, and we have some great conversations and getting some great data out of that. If you haven't noticed, I've been on Care Impact social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Journey with Care's Twitter, giving daily updates, just 1-minute updates about the podcast and what's going on there. So you might want to check that out, Care Impact. As far as the podcast goes, we had our first meetup, and this was so much fun. Like, we have these conversations on the podcast, deep conversations, important conversations, but we don't know where it goes. So we really wanted to do these meetups, and we want to do more of them, getting people together to actually talk about these things in community, having these important conversations so it doesn't fall on deaf ears, so that we're actually being transformed by having conversations with one another around these topics. So look for more of those to come in the future. We want to see others around the country do it, but this last one was a lot of fun, and we're excited about that. Also, with the podcast, we are coming up on 8,000 downloads. That's great for just over a year of podcasting, and we are looking forward to growing that some more. In fact, we're doing weekly episodes now. If you haven't noticed, we started it bi-weekly. Now we're doing weekly, so just increasing the content and stories that are coming your way. We got an exciting series coming up in a few weeks called The Stranger Among Us. So how to love and care for the stranger among us. And there's a few nuances to that and different topics, different types of strangers. So that'll be fun. What else? We're doing trauma care training everywhere. Feels like it anyway. Waterloo is going to be doing a full one-day training coming up. So I've been helping create some video materials and promotional materials for that. We have a trauma care online training. So that's obviously across the nation. That's coming up in January. And then we have another one in Winnipeg for agencies as well. So lots of training happening. Anyway, I want to take the last part of this video to talk a little bit about where I'm at for support. So I'm of the belief, and this is in any area of life, that if we are not gaining ground, that we're actually losing ground. So I've actually felt a little bit of that over this past season, where I've lost a bit of ground in terms of financial support for my position at Care Impact. And I want to make sure I'm not losing ground on that, because I actually want to give more time and more effort towards my work at Care Impact, because the vision is big and it requires a lot of work. It requires more time and more effort. So I want to give more of myself to that. We have great expectation that we will see more and more churches taking our training and what we're offering in terms of trauma care, mental health training, understanding poverty, all these things. And we're looking forward to connecting churches with that training and with what we're doing there, as well as organizations in the community, connecting churches with each other and the organizations in the community. There's not much of that. So we really want to see that healthy collaboration and churches really learning, grabbing onto this training so that we can serve our communities and serve our people and our churches much better. And it's not all falling on the pastors to do that, because they're overworked as it is. As well as in terms of the podcast, we obviously want to see that community grow. We want to have more of those meetups. We want to see our reach expand. So obviously wanting to put more effort into the podcast and seeing the growth there, and the stories that are coming out, and the feedback has been amazing. People are getting informed by hearing a lot of these stories and getting inspired. And so here's what you can expect in the coming weeks and months. Some of you might have even got a personal email from me talking about this, where I really want to raise up that support so that I can work with Care Impact long term and give more time and effort towards it. Just having a 4-minute phone conversation, a chance for you to ask questions that you might have. I can explain a little bit about what we're doing and our vision. And again, Care Impact is all about bringing the community together, and I need the community to come alongside me to accomplish this mission. I'd love to have more people on board. This is such a big undertaking, and it requires more than just myself to be able to accomplish this mission. So like I said, I've sent an email to a few of you already asking for your phone number so that we can have that 4-minute conversation. So you might be getting an email from me in the coming weeks and months to ask for your phone number for having that conversation. And hey, if you already know and believe in Care Impact's mission and what I'm doing, you can support me now, and you don't need to have a phone conversation. I don't like phones that much, so this is kind of a uncomfortable thing for me, and it's always hard to ask, right? But I really feel this is important right now to really build up that partnership base. So if you want to support me now, you can go to beholding.ca, and I have a sheet on there. You can give tax receivable for your donations. Thank you to all those that have been sowing into me, have been praying for me, and just uplifting me with kind words and just following what we're doing. It's so important to me, and I really appreciate you, and I'm so grateful for you. So thank you, and I hope to hear from some of you soon. I hope to hear from most of you, probably all of you. So I hope to talk to you soon. And beholding.ca if you want to sow into what's happening.